You are about to see mutilated corpses, burning tank carcasses, and all out mayhem, brought to you by Frontline Fatalities.
Sup, COH fans, and welcome to episode 54 of Frontline Fatalities, brought to you by the Frontline Network, presented by me, FatalSaint, and Tommy. What's up, Tommy?
What's up, FatalSaint? We are back to longer. We have been here recently. I get the distinct feeling of deja vu. You know, once you cast a game on the same map, like, 500 times, you do that deja vu feeling. It does begin to set in. But I think we're going to be able to something really special today because we're casting a game that rocketed up in popularity as soon as it was posted on Game Replays, which is between Mr. Aimstrong, number 1 seed in the ongoing tournament number 25, 20, is it 28?
28
okay,
or something like that?
I was just going to try and mush that word so, nobody could really be sure, but yet I could sort of pass it off as any number. But it's Aimstrong and Silence.
Yeah, and they're gonna be going at it on longer, as Tommy said. And we also want to remind you people that when this shoutcast gets posted, it is Friday the 18th of January, and on Saturday the 19th of January tomorrow, we will be live casting that very tournament, and I think at least we will be live casting the finals and maybe even one of the semi-final matches, as much as we can muster and squeeze into a couple of hours of live casting. So do not forget to check that out. That is on twitch.tv/the Frontline Network, one word. And we will be going live at 8 p.m. GMT, so don't miss that, guys. And there will be some reminder on the YouTube channel, on the feed and whatnot, and on Twitter and all kinds of places that we advertise our stuff on. So hopefully you guys will join us there. You ready to go, Tommy?
I'm ready.
Unpause in 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And for once, we're actually watching Aimstrong play his Americans compared to his Wehrmacht, and we do see Silence in the South as the Wehrmacht player in this case. Any specific things you know about the Aimstrong US Longre?
Well, as he mentioned in his interview, when Funk interviewed him on code2.org, me and Aimstrong, basically we're like practice partners. We have been for several months now. We play a few games every week. We don't really spam the practice games, but he's my main practice partner, and I've seen a lot of his US play. And the thing is that I play a very distinctive style, which is very, very, very similar to his. Which means he's normally used to fighting that kind of small tier 1. Of course, Aimstrong, very adaptable player, very versatile, and I've seen him, and he released his replay pack not too long ago. It showed him beating all kinds of strategies, but I know that Silence is a fan of the huge tier 1, we're not just talking 5, 6 units, we're talking 7, 8, 9, even 10 units in a tier 1, straight to tier 4. That's what I've seen him do a lot of, which is kind of uncommon nowadays. It was really popular last patch. I know Mags really popularized that kind of play, but hasn't been seen so much in recent months. But that's, I think, what we're going to be looking forward to today.
Okay, so what would Aimstrong need to do to counter a huge tier 1 like that? Just play better, or is there a specific build order? Maybe you want to extend your own tier 1, or you want to go for a faster tier 3, or what do you want to do against a massive Wehrmacht tier 1?
I know that his preferred counter is generally getting a quick WSC, spending the initial part of the game just trying to minimize manpower losses, trying to really just cap around the map, and then getting that WSC up as quickly as possible after those initial 4 rifles are out. So get a fairly lengthy sort of just infantry-based force But and it does work out quite well because a sniper is sort of damage limitation. You can put a lot of hurt on a player with good sniper micro.
Yeah, but you know, I guess if the Wehrmacht massive tier 1 includes the sniper, you just have to play a little bit better with yours and get the counter sniper, and then you're golden. You can just pick away
Yeah, that's
everything.
right. I think the reason why Aimstrong does this so much is because he can rely quite a lot on his own sniper micro because he is so confident with it, and he knows that he is going to win the sniper wars pretty much all the time. You know, random number generator fucking him over notwithstanding, he can be fairly confident he's going to win the sniper war, and that's why he wants to try and get to that stage of the game where the game does come down to sniper wars as quickly as possible. And I know that from having played him an awful lot. You know, he really wants to get that sniper war happening as soon as possible because that's where he's strongest.
Yeah, and win it. And after that, just pop away at your opponent's manpower by just killing his units over and over again with a sniper and just picking away on everything, MGs, Volks, whatever. And at the same time, if Aimstrong is playing his very, very strong Wehrmacht, he will get a sniper as well and just pick away at the very expensive rifles. And you know, eventually, especially when it comes to mid-late game, it's fairly noticeable that they've been taking a lot of manpower punishment by the snipers when they start floating around 30-40 kills or whatnot. And it's very, very, very expensive for your opponent after a while, and he realizes that shit, you know, just the sniper alone, the amount of kills that he has and how much manpower that translates into, it's a massive amount of manpower all of a sudden. I could have gotten a lot of other things or more units with all that manpower that sniper picked away on me. We did have a very prolonged engagement at the strong house on the right-hand side. I think Aimstrong was trying to nick the building, but the Volks got into it, and you know, it looked very bad for Silence for quite a long time there before his second Volk squad came up and actually gave some help to the units in the house, because he was kind of losing that battle. But he did manage to force off Aimstrong after quite a prolonged engagement. But at the same time, yeah, you know, the left-hand side has... Wow, Vol Squad goes down to an engineer on the left-hand side on the VP. That was...
Wow.
I did not see that one coming.
That's, yeah, I guess Silence must have dropped the ball a little bit on that one. He was focusing quite a lot, I think, around the middle. He's really trying to push up quite aggressively into this middle part of the map. And we actually saw a very quick flamer, no mines from Silence, but a very quick flamer instead. That's classic heavy tier 1 play, going for the fast flamer over the mines, because you don't need to watch out for the flanks so much, because with that many Volks and MGs, you can be fairly safe from flanks. So the flamer just adds a bit of building clearance if you're going for a sniperless tier 1.
Yeah, now this three-pronged attack, you could call it. We did have rifles in the house and flamers on the right-hand side. One rifleman squad engaging straight out of the American base, and one came on to the left-hand side of that MG, and it actually forces Silence off completely off the field, except for this one Volt squad that still remains on the right-hand side. I guess he's just trying to protect his cutoff and the fuel on the right-hand side. He wants to keep that and get another MG on the field, which he's setting up right now. Try and help out the Volks here. Nice retreat from Aimstrong there, not really taking any damage from that MG or lingering around, suppressed on the ground with his rifles, just taking unnecessary casualties. And he still did force him off, and he's now decapping the munitions in the center of the map. And he's also, yep, defensive operations. So infantry for Aimstrong, and he's instantly placing mines as his cutoff.
It's a smart move. He can tell already, I'm sure, that he's going to be facing a very big tier 1. He's seen, you know, 4 Volks already. I think, no, 3 Volks, sorry, with that 3 Volk opening. So he knows that there's going to be a big push for the cutoff fairly soon. Those mines are really going to help. But he has seen the mine, I think, there, Silence.
He went double mines. Yeah.
He went double mines. That could actually hurt him if Silence moves in with a flamethrower to actually try and get rid of it. But the mines are going to keep the Volks from trying to go for a sneaky decap. So that's positive.
Yeah, combined with the rifles exiting Aimstrong's base right now, he can't afford staying around, you know, going all the way around to avoid the mines to get the decap, because he would just get charged down by 1 or 2 rifles and had to retreat the Volks anyways. So he did a nice backpedal instead, which worked out, and here comes the flamers now, trying to attack around, destroy these mines. He's not really hitting them. It's actually not damaging them whatsoever. But he does know that there's at least the one. He saw the one mine at least, so you know he knows there's one mine somewhere. But he actually attacked grounded just to the right of the 2 mines, so he didn't get any damage done to them whatsoever. And this is a very, very forward bunker that's going up now for Silence. We do have MGs, double MGs, trying to get the base pin into effect. We do have a Volt squad and the flamer pilot that actually goes down to, what's that? to the...
I think it was a crit from the
crit
flamer.
from the other flamer? Yeah, from
Yep.
Aimstrong's flamer.
Yeah, I believe so. And we got rifles kind of all up in the grills of these MGs here.
They're everywhere.
Really kind of... This kind of brute force Wehrmacht play really getting just countered by very, very nice rifle play, even without upgrades. These are all unupgraded rifles, but playing very solidly despite that. I mean, he is taking manpower losses, but he's giving the kills as much as he's taking them, forcing a lot of Volks to retreat. I think he's going to be forced to retreat his MG any second now. He's going to have some rifles right up in his face.
Oh yeah, he gets half a burst on
yeah, he
only.
does get half a burst. He was hoping there, I think, to suppress that rifle and then retreat, but he didn't manage to get it off there. Bit unfortunate for Silence there, but the rifles do manage to force him off, and the main thing that's really going to be positive here for Aimstrong is that he's getting a lot of kills. This is the thing, if you go for a heavy tier 1 that's very centric on Volks, you are going to give away a lot of kills, whether you like it or not, because Volks aren't very strong against rifles, and especially into the mid-game, particularly if you see upgrades like bars or grenades, but even, you know, against unupgraded rifles, you are going to take a lot of kills, and we do have 5 and 4 and 6 kills on these rifles already, and we're only a few minutes in, so the veterancy is going to be coming sooner rather than later.
Yeah, he's gonna start rolling in at least Vet 1 on, 3 out of 4 of his rifles, because as you say, they have 1 kill, 6 kills, 3 kills, and 5 kills. And, you generally get Vet 1 around, what do you say, like between 6, 7, 8 kills or so?
Yeah, around that time. Depends largely what you're killing, but
What you're
as he's
killing,
mainly
yeah.
killing Volks, it should be around the 7 kill mark. He should be able to get that, especially as he's killed a couple of MG crew members there as well. But despite this nice rifle play, really, Silence has been very quick getting back onto the field after getting pushed off, which means that Aimstrong isn't really able to capitalize and cap that much. Silence still has the lion's share of the map, and although he's triple capped... Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
That pioneer.
I thought he was going there to attack ground with the flamer, but he didn't. He just ran into the mine instead.
He must have thought there was just that single mine there that he hit it before. But I don't know. I mean, this is a really kind of protracted tier 1. Lots of munitions going into flamers. Do we have a doctrine choice yet?
Yeah, Aimstrong went infantry with defensive operations as he was placing mines with his rifles. How about Silence? Yeah, does he have a
no, nothing yet. He's floating 3 CPs.
I think
there's the first sign of tech from Aimstrong, and he is literally walking that sniper straight into an MP40 squad. What are you doing, Simon? What are you doing?
Wow! He actually lost his first sniper. That was a massive mistake from Aimstrong. And the small house goes down as it generally does to random small arms fire kills a whole, what is that, a garage or something?
Aimstrong.
That was actually very, very bad for Aimstrong. He just lost 340 manpower and got 1 kill with it. That's not worth it. Not even remotely
his hand
close.
as well in terms of teching.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Silence, we are now 10 minutes and 30 seconds into this game, and Silence is has almost finished the tech on battle phase. He's almost ready to start building his Panzer Command.
Wow, how much fuel does he have? Aimstrong is banking a lot.
He's got 46 fuel in the bank, so he is struggling just a little bit for fuel, but he is also capping a +5 and a +10 simultaneously. He already has a +10 that he's been sitting on for quite some time.
The whole game, I think.
Really, yeah, the whole game. And to be honest, there really needs to be, I don't know what Aimstrong's going to be doing here. Yeah, he's building the supply yard because I think he's seen there's no tier 2 yet, no tier 3 yet. So he's going to be suspecting vehicles of some point. Getting another sniper right now after having already shown his hand and lost it would be suicide. So this is his only choice right now. It's sort of, between a rock and a hard place really here for Aimstrong. If with this kind of fast WSC play, as I was saying about earlier, for Aimstrong, the key really is to get the sniper war going that he can win. But that was no sniper war.
No. That was the least amount of time I've seen a sniper on the field before dying. I think he quite literally got... I think he literally got 1 kill on it. I heard a sniper shoot once in the background and then he died. So, yeah.
I think that MP40 Volk was just like, this
free
is tasty.
kill. Yeah,
Thank
free
you very
kill.
much.
Thank you. I like that. He is placing a lot of mines, however, and he's floating a metric ton of fuel with almost 200 in the bank, and I think he's just waiting for the manpower, basically, now to build something, or waiting for Silence to show his hand. Here we go. The Flamers actually retreat back to base with no apparent reason to retreat except for building something. He is floating 400 manpower. Oh, there goes the mine, at least from the flamer. He manages to destroy it with his flamer.
Oh, these Volks might hit these 2 mines here.
Oh,
The double
wow.
mines, there's one. I don't know how long these rifles can stall out though. There's 3 Volks closing in on them. One of them's an MP40 squad, and there's a flamer in the vicinity.
Silence yet again trying to put... Oh, that was a whole Volk squad, I
That was a
think.
whole Volk. Yeah,
Yep,
that was a whole
unupgraded
Volk.
Volk squad goes down to the second mine at the cutoff. As I said, Silence knew there was one. He hit it, and then he was fairly confident that, yeah, I already hit the one mine that was there, but there was actually a second one planted. The first one that Aimstrong planted was never revealed by Silence. He never knew it was there. So yeah, a whole Volk squad goes down. That's 2 tier 1 units down for Silence. So even with a massive tier 1, he's starting to lose a little bit too many units, I think. He has grabbed Aimstrong's cutoff, so he's cutting off from all of the resources on the right-hand side. Even though Aimstrong just decapped the fuel on the right-hand side, Silence is in possession of the left-hand side fuel. So for Silence's, you know, in his point of view, it doesn't really matter that Aimstrong has decapped it on the right-hand side. He's still got...
And to be honest, a lot of things don't matter for Silence right now because he's got an Oswind about 5 seconds away from completion.
Ooh. TD just went up in Aimstrong's base, so he's going to be able to build whatever he feels like, and he's floating 380 manpower, 390 soon, so I guess he's saving up for Sherman.
Could be Sherman versus Oswind. Oh, this Oswind gamble might not pay off, you know, because Silence, if he had waited until just about now, he could have built a P4. But that Sherman rush is actually, could be really good actually from Aimstrong. That could just about save his ass, at least temporarily.
Sherman.
I don't know. The thing is, if that med bunker had gone down sooner, and if there had been more, and if there had been a free grain out that was able to get, you know, Shrek or double Shreks, I would almost say it was curtains for Aimstrong. But the fact that Silence has sort of gambled on the Oswind being able to come in and just wreck, you know, nothing but say a motor pool. That could hurt him.
Yeah, I think this tier 1, massive tier 1, straight to tier 4, you know, even though I think Silence has been in good possession of most of the map the entire game,
Ooh.
and you know... Oh, wow.
Pioneer just got headshotted.
Oh, really?
just boom, yeah. This
Yeah,
Rever squad in the building, actually, it headshotted one crew member from the MG as it ran to the barn building, just like one carbine. And then another single carbine sniped the... there again, what the hell is with the carbines in this building? This MG is just getting shot at like mad crits.
I'm not exactly sure. Maybe those rifles in that building is really pro. At least they've got 50% health and they're still 6 men. That's kind of pro.
It is pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, we are going to need to see a triage sooner rather than later. And actually, there's a triage right now because here's the Sherman. So I wonder, yeah, got some Faust going in. I don't know how much Faust are really gonna
second one maybe
save his ass here. You know, he needs about 6 Faust to take down a Sherman. So yeah, I mean, he probably has the munitions for it. That's the sad thing about this map is that he probably has the munitions to use 6 Faust in a row. He's got 140, almost 150 munitions. But I don't know. This Sherman could still really wreck his day.
It's still a big problem for Silence. He needs to build something else out of his tier 4 that's, you know, a Panther would be his best bet, but I'm not sure if he can afford it manpower or fuel-wise.
Well, he's got the manpower for it. He's floating 650 manpower, but the Panther is, I believe, 110. And he's only on 95 fuel. See, I play Wehrmacht a lot, and I just very, very rarely go tier 4, so I can't even remember the pricing on the Panther exactly.
And there goes the Oswind to the Sherman, netting him a veteran C1, which is going to increase his speed acceleration and whatnot a little bit. So yeah, I think this TD really saved Aimstrong's day, at least on this game. Considering he went Oswind first, as you said, if he went P4 first, maybe had gotten 1 zombie gren and, you know, P4 combined with you know, a single Shrek gren, that would be enough to just keep the Sherman at bay, and he wouldn't be able to do much with it.
Yeah, exactly. Or even, you know, he could have just waited until he got a Panther, and then he would have been totally fine. Because, I mean, his you know, 3 Volks, 2 Flamers, and 2 MGs were doing the trick anyway. But here comes a Panther now. The Panther building is about 10% of the way done. Panthers do take a notoriously long time to build, though.
Oh, Vol Squad goes down in the base after retreating. The Sherman was in hot pursuit, and here we go. The Sherman is now targeting the Panzer Command, and the off-map is called in from the Infantry doctrine from Aimstrong.
If this takes out the Panzer Command, that could be the most ridiculous KO.
Yeah. It would technically be a KO because there's nothing
There's nothing
against
yeah,
TD
exactly,
except
he
for
can just
soft
leave
count.
the
Oh
Sherman.
my god! The
wow,
Pios goes
the
down.
Pioneers.
But
That's just cruel.
the Panzer Command is still intact. And do we have a doctrine choice for silence right now?
We do. It's defensive, so
Defensive.
It's not
So
like
no
he's gonna
super
be able to
tank.
get no super tank and no blitz stormtroopers or anything to come out and just polish off the Sherman.
He's gotta have this Panzer Command, and he lost his Pios to the off
That
map.
Panther Command is so close to going down, but the Panther's almost out. I think he's gonna just about get the Panther out.
Oh, there it comes! I can see the exit of the Panzer
no.
Command, and it's so damaged. And I think Aimstrong is so committed that he's just gonna get the last shot on the Panzer Command to destroy it, and then try to run away from this Panther. But the Panther, even with Wet 1, I think is going to be able to pursue this Sherman. Here we go.
Ooh.
The Panther's gonna get some road bonuses, and he's gonna catch up a little bit. Very
but
nicely
that's true,
microed,
actually. The
however.
Sherman does get a little bit the speed acceleration bonus, and if the Panther keeps missing.
Yeah, on the
maybe, I
move.
think, was that a little fake there by Aimstrong, making him think he had stickies? I don't know.
Sticky
because the Panther
fake?
kind of moved away.
Yeah, it did move away. It quite clearly moved away.
I mean,
did not...
it could have kept on chasing there, and now he's kind of lost sight of it. He doesn't really actually want to drive past those rifles, does he? Because he doesn't want to get stickied. He could get double stickied because he's almost. I mean, he's got very few units right now. He's got an awful lot of the map, but he's only got 2 MGs and a single Volk squad, and then a Pioneer, and that's it. Besides the Panther.
Yeah, he's lost 2 Pios and 3 Volks. Did he lose an MG as well?
He still got both his MGs.
Both
but he
MGs.
did lose. He's lost something like 4 Volks so far this game. I don't know.
3 or 4. Oh wow, defensive barrage on the cutoff for silence. I'm not sure.
Really wants that cut up.
Yeah, it's not really connecting him to anything though. He could have just left it. Let him take it and just take pot shots at the rifles. Because he's already lost the right hand side anyway. Yeah, Hellcat out, second unit out of the TD for Aimstrong. Obviously an answer to seeing the Panzer Command constructing stuff and seeing the Panther coming out. He needs something more than just a Sherman. Because at the same time, Aimstrong is kinda, in the same situation as Silence is. He's got a TD as that's his proper AT. He's got no AT guns. He got infantry, so he can't airdrop AT guns either. He has no motor pool, and it's just a little bit too pricey to backtech just to get an AT gun against a Panther. So he'll have, at best, stickies as a soft counter to the Panther and TD units. I'm
pretty sure he doesn't get stickies. I think that was just a fake.
Yeah, that is a fake. I haven't seen the icon researched, and I don't think he's going for it either. There's nothing going on. He's got the fuel and the manpower required, but he's not detecting anything. The main problem for Aimstrong right now is that with Silence's cutoff, he's really destroying his population at the moment. It's a real pop cap war now with that cutoff, and Aimstrong is gonna go and try and get it. There's the MG in the medic bunker, however. And he's not going to be able to connect it.
He can reinforce both his MGs at the medic bunker, and with 2 MGs, and really all he needs to do is just keep a lockdown on that central cutoff. And he could get a free gren. A free gren would really save his ass. But there goes a medic shot at long range by those fucking Garans again.
Super Garans. Sniping
they must have, when they got inside that building, they must have found some scopes or something inside. Or they just found some like G43 scoped sniper rifles lying around. They're like, yeah, let's have it this.
Well, there's been quite a lot of German units in the building. Maybe the Volks just left their scopes there because they couldn't figure out how to attach them to the rifles. So anybody knows how you attach this thing to my car rifle? I don't fuck if I know. I have no military training.
That sounds like something that they could actually say. Like, I don't know how to attach this scope to this rifle, Commandant.
That could work. But this Panther is a bit of a problem for Aimstrong, just as the TD units is a bit of a problem for Silence. They really... they can't really counter each other.
One. Yeah, it's a very strange situation, I gotta say. There's a fuel OP just went down from Silence, so it looks like he's going to be plumping himself up for another Panther, possibly a P4. He did, however, get himself a KCH squad. That's going to buff up his anti-infantry forces a little bit, especially against these basically unvetted or vet 1 rifles with no bars. Those KCH are going to rip through them like a hot knife through warm butter.
Oh, there's a nice mine on the rifles on the right hand side. Here comes the
this rifle
MP40
could
Volts,
go
and the
down.
rifle's not
It could
retreating.
go
Here
down.
goes the retreat, but the MP40 Volts are gonna pursue them on retreat. Oh, it's very low health. Wow, the Rangers hit a mine. That was lucky. And the Sherman is still going to work on the MG on the left hand side, and it just won't go away. There it goes. He finally kills it.
Good.
Yeah, he needed to get rid of that MG so he can infantry support these tanks. Here comes the Hellcat now. He's gonna go work on the bunker while the Panther is busy with the Sherman that just threw the MG. And I think Aimstrong is doing really good here, being extremely annoying at least for this Panther, because you know, in a one-on-one fight, the Hellcat and the Sherman would hands down lose to this Panther, except for it if it was like attack grounding the ground and nothing and facing its rear. It will quite handily beat out a Sherman on a Hellcat one-on-one. Even, you know, 2 against 1 with proper micro facing the frontal armor to both the tanks at most times at least. It's probably going to kill both of them because Hellcats, they're very, very squishy. They have fairly good main guns, but they're extremely squishy. And the Sherman can't penetrate the Panther to save its life.
Exactly. Oh, stolen MG42. That might just be the answer to this KCH problem.
Yeah, no vet KCH. It's gonna get suppressed by a stolen MG42, no problems.
He just needs some free Grens. You know, some Grens right now would just end this.
He needs pop caps. He needs serious amount of pop cap.
Oh, well, Aimstrong needs pop cap, but
yeah.
Silence is he's rolling in pop cap. I mean, he just needs some Grenadiers, a couple of Shrek Grenadiers, and he'd be laughing.
Oh, that was a nasty defensive barrage on the fuel on the Rangers. Kills 3 of them while retreating. It's always that one scatter shot that just nails you on retreat and kills like half your squad. Oh, a new sniper now, so WSC not completely unused after losing that first sniper. He pops out a second one.
Interesting.
I'm not sure, with the MP40 Volks and KCH on the field, it's risky. And
no
no barred rifles.
I think he just wants to get rid of that MG that's been camping that bunker. It's just been immobile in the bunker for I don't know how long.
Is Silence seriously putting a bunker on Aimstrong's cutoff? Because that's gonna be a big problem for Aimstrong.
That could be a problem.
He's pop-capped again. He's 43 out of 43.
Side by side.
Yeah. Bunker
yeah,
spam.
that is turning into an empty bunker. That's gonna really fuck him.
Yeah, he needs to get the cutoff back. He's trying to decap it now. The MG is not opening up. The sniper's working on MG the bunker. He actually vacates the bunker after taking 1 casualty to the sniper. And the Panther's actually moving over to the left-hand side.
Bunker.
Where are
out the window?
Fell out the window. They always
Yeah.
tend to do that for some reason.
It looks really awesome when they fall out of like top floor story windows.
Yeah,
You know,
very
sliding out the window.
slowly over the
Yeah,
edge.
you don't see it happen very often. Most of the time when heroes die in buildings, they just die. But sometimes, you know, they fall out the window like a Hollywood movie. It looks awesome.
So we do
Veteran
have 2
tanks.
Panthers.
Ooh, 2 Panthers with Vet 1 against 2 Hellcats and a Sherman. I'm not fancying allied armor chances here, to be perfectly frank.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Where is the Sherman?
The Sherman's right there. He's in the middle of those 2 bunkers.
Oh, there he
really
is.
going
He's
at
just
it.
sitting. I'm like completely blind. I actually have him target him and everything. It's like, where is this Sherman? It's right there. But yeah, 2 Hellcats.
Picking his targets here, going after the Hellcats as squishy targets because he knows he might bounce on that Sherman armor, but he's really not going to bounce on a Hellcat.
Oh god, no. I think everything penetrates Hellcats. Upgun Pumas, no problem.
Oh yeah, easily. But yeah, I don't know. This is a
Aimstrong
really
is
bad
kind of locked
situation.
in his base, don't you think? You know, he's fairly locked in his
He
base.
has been for quite a long time, but I don't know. He's
more than
using
half the
cloak
game.
on these Hellcats. Never underestimate cloak on Hellcats. It can be really, really nasty.
Oh no, the sniper and the rifles are
Oh,
forced
no.
to retreat to the KC8 comes here. I think the Panther was trying to focus fire on the retreating sniper.
And we
but
all know
he
what
was just
happens
reloading.
when Panthers focus snipers.
Off map on
Oh.
the cutoff and the Panthers, I think. Forces
That's a
the
cute
KCH to move away at least. He wants to remain in possession of some pop cap whatsoever. And he is capping the fuel on the right hand side. Now he's got 60 pop cap with 50 used, so he's going to be able to produce something else. Maybe not. At least he's going to be able to reinforce all of his rifles and the Rangers now on the field.
Wow, these Panthers are proving themselves to be fairly sturdy anti-infantry weapons as well. The one that's been on the field the longest now has 12 infantry kills.
Yeah, they do snipe if the Panther is stationary. You know, usually if the unit they're shooting on is stationary as well, they do snipe one guy
he's gonna go
over
down.
and over again. We do
In a
have some
second.
veterancy for the rifles now. One Vet 2 rifle squad on the right hand side got chased off by KCH. He did try to cap as much as possible. He even planted mines to protect the VP on the right hand side, but KCH walks onto it, takes a bit of damage, no one dies. I'm not sure, what would you do in this situation? Would you back tech? Would you gamble, just wait for enough CP to get OMCG rolling? Build more Hellcats? What are you gonna do?
I
Do you
don't
have a
know, really.
howitzer?
I think 80 guns could actually kind of work in this situation if you had the manpower to spare for it, just because there's no enemy sniper or anything. There's nothing really to decrew AT guns.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's the KCH and MP40 volts, I suppose, but they're really... Oh, they just have 2 squads of KCH now, actually, so I don't know. I don't know. It's an impossible situation, really.
Rifle went down on the fuel in the bottom left corner to defensive barrage.
Oh, that's not good. Aimstrong needs to keep those rifles around, but on the other hand, it does help out his pop gap. However, finally, the free Gren did pop out, so that guy
Before the
could
medic
afford
bunker
to get
got
a
killed.
Shrek if he really wanted to cement his anti-tank abilities.
Does he really need it though? With 2 Panthers? That's
I
fairly
don't know.
hefty.
When he had a single Panther, he could have probably done with it, but I don't know. Maybe just against like a potential Hellcat rush. It depends how many Aimstrong's planning to build here. If he is planning to build another one, because I can see the tank depot's churning out something else, he might want to get a Shrek just to be on the safe side.
Third one is popping out of the TD right now, so that makes it 3 Hellcats and a Sherman. I don't believe the Sherman is upgunned. No, it is not upgunned. You can tell by the visual on the tank itself if it has an upgun or not. 75 millimeters compared to the 76. And I think, you know, it's isn't it a, you know, maybe we can discuss this a little bit. Isn't it a myth that the 76 is just straight off worse at anti-infantry because it comes down to reload and, you know, the splash is smaller, but it's kind of a myth-ish. You know, the upgun is almost always a good idea.
Yeah,
if you can afford it.
That's pretty much true. I mean, that's the too long did not read version. Is if you can afford the 76mm and you're fighting any kind of vehicle that you might not penetrate, like, you know, Stugs or P4s or even Oswins, any of those vehicles, then it's generally worth almost always, if you can afford it, getting 76mm, because it's just basically flatly better. It's slightly longer to reload than the smaller gun, and the smaller gun has a slightly bigger splash, so it is marginally better versus infantry, but it's very, very rare that when you have a Sherman, you're going to be fighting purely infantry forces. More likely, you're going to be fighting a mix of sort of, you know, infantry plus Stugs, infantry plus P4s, etc. So, yeah, it is worth it. But why is
what's that Panther doing? He reversed.
He just reversed into the base.
Yeah, he did.
He ran into 2 close Hellcats there.
I was just gonna comment on that Aimstrong got a little bit too bold with his Hellcats. He went into the center of the 2 Panthers with one of his Hellcats and just promptly lost it in 2 seconds because Panthers just demolish Hellcats. But then Silence went and did the same, basically, by reversing into the American base.
Off map on top of the Panther, and it's not moving yet.
Oh, massive scatter kills the MG. And the out of control Panther is still out of control.
Taking a shot on the base didn't stop that from going out of control slowly. You know, that other Panther is still firing.
Yeah, it's still out of control.
It just shot the Hellcat in the base.
I'm not sure if... Oh, did he just get destroyed on his own friendly mine, or was just in the form of a timer? I'm not sure what happened there, but that was spectacular.
Timer, I think. But yeah.
Let's just call it special. There's a lot of special things that happens on TFN videos. I'm not sure why.
We just attract special replays, obviously.
Yeah.
These are special people. I went to a special school, man. They said I'm special.
My mom says I'm special. All of this infantry from Silence, however, MP40 volts, KCH, and they're still completely unupgraded rifles.
His army has really shrunk in recent moments. Because he's getting a lot of stuff decrewed by this pesky sniper still running around. Back in the base there, 11 kills now. These MP40 volts have really been doing a good job though, 21 kills, and they've stayed alive for a long time. The KCH as well, nice and unsnipeable, at least without multiple shots to the head, because they're SS Wunderwaffen. But
it's that the future, you know, they invented a time machine, went forward into time, got Kevlar, and geared up all their KCH guys with Kevlar.
Oh boy, I just took a look at the minimap and I just saw it's all fucking blue.
Oh yeah.
It's all fucking blue.
Everything's red on my screen.
Is losing VPs like a motherfucker.
He's losing VPs like a boss, you could say. Quite handily. He did manage to get the Whiting with the Rangers. Oh no, he lost his... Was that his Vet 2 rifle? I think it was. And one of the Panthers are still alive.
Well.
And now he has a Shrek on that zombie Grand Squad as well.
Ah, he followed my advice. Oh, wow, 16 infantry kills on that Sherman. He's really done a good job to keep it alive. I hope it stays alive.
Oh, here comes the off-map combat group. He rolls double Hellcat and M8.
Wow.
What a jackpot! Sometimes
Wow,
off-map
when do you
combat
see
group
that?
can just be brutal, and this is one of these times. Here comes the 2 Hellcats and the M8. Now the M8's going to focus on the MG, I think. Yep, he's focusing on the MG. Here comes one of the Hellcats. One of them gets a destroyed engine by... Was that a Shrek and a Faust
Wow,
on
he let
it?
himself get circle strafed. Yeah, there's Faust going in, there's Shrek's going in. He's forced to retreat one of the Shrek. He could have just put the fatherlanded it and run toward the bunker, the reinforced, but he didn't. Now just desperately trying to fend off this single Hellcat now. With
Make
another
them
one
destroy an
coming in
M8.
from here.
Oh no! Hellcats gets a frontal penetration on the Panther and actually gets destroyed by the Hellcats. And even the destroyed engine one is now plugging away on, I think, the KCH or the bunker. I'm not exactly sure what. But all of a sudden, yeah, Silence finds himself without AT. Without
He
AT.
is saving up for another Panther, though. Very shortly he's going to have the ability to get himself another Panther. But look at these KCH. They're in grave danger of being squished quite a lot. He's reinforcing all these KCH around the bunker, which means he doesn't have the manpower to get that Panther. He could have gotten that Panther, but now no longer can afford it. He's lost all his manpower on reinforcement.
He might even lose his KCH squad on retreat, and he does lose it, I think, to the coaxial MG.
He's losing all his units now. Just everything he's losing to try and stay in the field.
Yeah, he's trying to drain...
Oh no, and even the Vulcan before go down. He's just lost everything. He's down to 2 infantry units now.
I think he
On
was
the
just
plus
staying around
side-
the bunker just to deny the VP, because Aimstrong is down to 16. If he just needed it to drain him a little bit longer, so if he could just stay in the field at the middle VP so Aimstrong couldn't get it, it would take him too long to venture all the way down the map to the outside of the Wehrmacht base to get that VP. And he would have lost with VPs because Aimstrong is down to 16. Oh, Sniper just walks right onto a mine.
Oh no!
Terrible.
Oh, no.
But unit-wise, Silence is down to Shrek, Ren, and KCH, I guess. Which is just terrible.
He could probably do
honestly.
with getting another Shrek there, but to be honest, he can get another Panther in about 5 seconds. Yep, there he is. Starting to build that second Panther now. Or third
Aimstrong
Panther,
can't
in fact.
afford his off-map either. You know, he's been drained on any sort of resources for almost the entire late game of this match has been basically no resources for Aimstrong.
Wow, is that Sherman bet 3? Holy shit.
21 infantry kills.
Look at the damage it's doing to that Panther command as well. Like, that's proper meaty damage going in. You can tell it's a bet 3.
Shrek Ren's grabbing... Oh no! Bet 3, Sherman hits the mine, only gets him a damaged engine, however, and he's gonna start pushing these Grens now. Oh wow,
Ooh,
first shot kills
just
2 guys,
blasting them
forces the
in the face.
retreat. KCH are retreating
boy.
as well. But there's no infantry on the field because everything's retreating back to base for Aimstrong, and he did lose a lot of infantry. He's lost a bunch of rifles. He's got 2 rifles remaining, and he just got a new one from the off-map combat group, and he got 2 M8s and a Hellcat.
Wow.
What's up with all these vehicle rolls
It's
for
really
the off-map combat
rolling
group?
the crazy vehicles here.
He's not
That
getting
is
much infantry or support weapons or anything, but goddamn, he's
Yeah,
getting a
that's
lot of vehicles.
What I get, you know, when I want this kind of OMCG, I get fucking, you know, 2 30 cals and more and a Ranger.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, when do I ever want a Ranger in my OMCG? There is precisely 0 times where I want a Ranger in my OMCG.
I'm not sure when, maybe against medium, if it's like unvetted infantry, you could get the SMGs and there's like maybe half-track or Pumas to shoot on. But apart from that, no, not really. Don't really want them.
Oh god, this Panther's actually getting...
He's getting
quite a bit
surged.
farther here.
What's he supposed to do?
There's
They're just
so
everywhere.
many vehicles. Silence now saving up for another Panther, I think, and he is going to be able to afford it fuel-wise, but he needs another minute before he can get the manpower up. He could, almost at this point, he can afford a 200 mil rocket barrage. He could just, like, try and get, like, well, there's 2 M8s that are kind of blocking each other.
Oh, he's gonna do that.
Speak of the devil, here we go.
Oh, they're trying to move away, but here it comes. I heard. Wow, first shell takes out the full health. Oh, wow, almost kills the second one as well.
Oh no, but the KCH goes down, and wow, this is the first time on TFN ever I've seen a game go on where one player has 0 units. He has 0 units.
He literally has
I'm
nothing,
not just
yeah.
saying he has no units, he has literally no units.
And the Panther Command is getting targeted by Hellcat.
Panther, but there's no way in Cracker Down that's going to be finished in time.
And no Panzer Command means he could build some Tier 1 units against ONCG and tanks and vehicles, which is gonna do him exactly jack. Nothing whatsoever. He could build a Volt Squad and Faust once and then get hammered to death by all of these vehicles. And Silence is not happy. Not happy. And Aimstrong is very happy, I think.
Wishing that he had a KT right now to roll out, or even a Tiger. You know, Tiger would have done the job as well. Just a little bit tougher than those Panthers, but
yeah. You know,
that
apart from
really
reinforcing in the field, I don't think defensive did much for him this game.
No, I think yeah, he got a bit of defensive artillery. He didn't really kill a whole lot. He killed like one rifle or something.
One rifle, yeah.
Like that. That's
and
I think
forced
this
3-4 retreats.
Yeah, exactly. I think what this really teaches, though, and especially this and last game, in fact, because last game was a really tight VP game as well, where one player was getting owned all game and then suddenly made a comeback at the last minute, you know, when Macaroni and Seth played. I think this really teaches that people really underestimate the VP count. It doesn't go as fast as you think it does. And just because your opponent's on 30 VPs doesn't mean you can just hold it for another 3 seconds and you're going to win. Because people start suiciding all kinds of shit. You know, they get put under just a little bit of pressure when they've got another, say, you know, when they've got double-digit VPs left, they think, oh fuck, you know, I gotta suicide everything to keep hold of it. I've only got to hold up for another 5 seconds, but it's not to hold them for another 5 minutes. It's a long time in game, and people forget that. I think, especially, you know, this was a tournament game, high stress. You know, this was not a quarterfinal game. This was a
round 3 or
round
4.
Yeah, the round 4, I think. But yeah, no, very, very tight. And I think it illustrates the dangers of going for a less than combined arms play if you're going to skip out all the tiers except the cheap infantry to tanky.
Yeah, especially, you know, he didn't even get any veterancy. You know, he still had 2 MGs, and he did invest munitions in Flamer. You could get like 1 striper support vet. It's very, very cheap and very, very quick to get. And, you know, and it helps especially the MGs quite a bit. You could also get, you know, at least some health regen on your Volks, so they don't like come out onto the field half health at 5 men and then die to like 1 stray grand bullet. Just like, what the hell? Half my squad just died to like 1 burst from 1 rifleman squad. That's fun. Retreat again, and it just cost me a bunch of manpower and nothing happened. And I actually didn't really get anything done whatsoever with my Volk squad because he just went onto the field and died. That was fun. Good luck. You know, and, you know, vet 1 for infantry just to get the health regen at least. You know, as we've said before in previous episodes, you know, veterancy, you know, per se doesn't really help out the Volk squad that much. You know, it's very negligible, you know, sums and numbers, 5% this and, you know, 5% is, you know, when you combine that with a random number generator as well, 5% is not that much to, you know, put in your Christmas tree. But, you know, health regen is still good. And it's cheap.
It is. Yeah. I mean, he did put up a Campcraft Center, but I don't think he ever built anything from it. I think he only got it for tanks, and very at the near the end, he got 1 stripe for infantry as well.
Yeah, but, and that was too late, I think.
But
that OMCG just came really at the best timing ever for Aimstrong.
That was just an insane OMCG. You never see that. You just never see that. 3 vehicles all at once. I mean, if I rolled that kind of OMCG every single time, I would never play anything but infantry.
You would always win.
I would just fucking camp and just spam snipers until I just knew, oh yes, I've got 2 Hellcats and an M8 waiting for me at the end of this.
Yeah, it's just going to cost me 800 manpower, no fuel, no nothing. And I get 3 vehicles and I don't even need to tick. That's very good. I'll just get a bunch of supply yard upgrades and laugh. Was a very, very good game and very, very close for Aimstrong. 16 VPs, but as you said, you know, when you see the double digits, you can go a little bit blind. It's not 5 seconds, it's more like 5 minutes. So, you know, you know, without the OMCG, it could be extremely tricky for Aimstrong to leave his base. But, you know, he did gradually grind down silences, especially MGs, you know, over a period of time in the end game there. He could have left his base without that OMCG, I think, but he still would have problems against the Panther, and he could get pushed and squished and whatnot. So the OMCG did help a lot, but, you know, it could have still gone to Aimstrong. You never know.
True that.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and like this video, and we'll see you guys for next episode.
See you guys.